Hey guys, it's Ben. It is Friday afternoon. Uh, kind of disheveled today. Cause I've been a little disheveled most of this week, but yeah, I think I ended up going to bed super late, and I think I only got about 4 hours of sleep. I was really caught up. I was looking for something new to watch or something I hadn't seen in a while, that kind of deal. So I was just browsing around through Hulu and I saw they have all of Smallville on Hulu. And I hadn't seen Smallville since I was like 13. So I decided to check that out again. It's fun for me to watch stuff I watched as a kid because when I was a kid, I didn't know what I know today about, storytelling and about filmmaking and about, all of this stuff. Like, college taught me how to have a keen eye for certain things. So rewatching the show, the biggest, I think the only downsides I can really give to you are the fact that I think that the guy who played Clark and the woman who played Lana were both kind of weak actors. It wasn't, they weren't bad actors, they were just like, there was very little range, you know what I mean? When Clark underwent times of heartbreak and stress, I really didn't get the vibe from him that he was too heartbroken or distressed. And I get wanting to make Clark out to be very stoic, like to try to fit the Superman model. But Superman, as we all know, was very much a Boy Scout, and he cared about the little guy. Like that's part of the charm of the character, is that he's super powerful, but he cares about the weakest among us. That's the whole thing about him. Other than that, I love the show in terms of they really know how to keep the drama going, and they know how to, I love how, each episode is its own little arc, but it connects to a much bigger arc for the season. That's the kind of stuff that I miss from most modern entertainment. Albeit, I think they all kind of try this formula, but it doesn't quite play out in the same manner. But I think the biggest disconnect I find just comes from the fact that, this show promotes very broadly acceptable morality. It doesn't attempt to talk down your throat. It does. It has its little PSA episodes, but they're nowhere near as heavy-handed in terms of messaging or scripting. They're, because they give you the dynamic view of it, but at the same time, it's more exaggerated, blah, blah. I'm mostly referring to an episode in season 1 I saw when they had a woman who's, her, the way that the meteor shower affected her was that she was losing weight rapidly, but as a result, like, she had to keep eating a ton in order to maintain, like, she had to, like, she had to literally suck out body fat from people in order to just stay alive. And there was a lot of, the character was obviously meant to represent people who had, I think, eating disorders and stuff, because the idea was she was, tormented by, just asshole kids messing with her about her weight, and it got her obsessed over it. And then that led her to try kind of dangerous diet things, and then that led to this issue. So you had episodes similar to that. throughout season 1, but it wasn't a lot, and it was always just a generally it was just a nice insight on what's going on without playing off of the us versus them BS. I bring that up because like that's where my main focus is in storytelling, because like modern day stuff just has this disconnect when it comes to empathy and actual sympathy. There's a form of that in most modern entertainment, but it's not actually what I would call genuine. It's always kind of this, let me stand up on the post and scream about what a great person I am. Whereas, Smallville, shows of this type try to give you kind of the same messaging, but they don't feel the need to insult you for it. It's just meant to be kind of a window into these issues, and it also doesn't detract from the actual story. We're still following Clark Kent along on his journey to becoming Superman. That doesn't change. I just got into season 2. First of all, Lex Luthor's character was a lot better than I remembered in terms of his the dynamicness of what they were setting up. How I just love the fact that they decided to approach it from like he's technically a former bad boy trying to go good, but it's like fate is essentially telling him time and time again, you're gonna be a villain. And he's like trying to rail against it, but he's also like he's his own worst enemy in so many respects. That's great storytelling. You've got a character who is his own antagonist, and they manage to keep it interesting, and they keep adding new complications to the puzzle, especially between him and his father. Great stuff right there. It's a great show. It sucks you in. You really grow to love the characters and care about them. My heart weeps for Chloe throughout that whole first season, how she's got the unrequited love. That's good stuff, makes you care. Miss that in entertainment, I'm tired of the battle lines being drawn in escapist entertainment. Especially stuff with superheroes. Superheroes are meant to be an inspiration for everybody, and not meant to be just mouthpieces for one group or another. Good stuff right there. Outlaw Knights is currently still sitting pretty at 21% funded. All of you who have funded so far, all of you have been sharing it out via social media. All of you have been talking about it, getting the word out. All of you who have had me on your shows and who have helped me promote this, thank you so much. I can't, the gratitude is I can't put it into words, and it's something I feel like I can't quite repay. But it's I want you to know it means a lot to me. Well, I guess I am technically repaying it with the comic book. I mean, because I'm telling you, this is going to be a badass comic book. I want to give you guys the best quality I can, period. Because I really believe in this. And actually, related to that, tonight, around 9 Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be on the YouTube channel of Mandy Summers. Those of you who don't know, Mandy Summers is a comic book creator. She created Wart the Wizard, and it looks really fun. It looks like it reminds me a lot of those old newspaper strip cartoons. which are still going on. It's just, it feels like they haven't been going on, if that makes any sense. But it definitely reminds me a lot of that kind of style. But I think it's more involved than a newspaper comic strip. And the book's doing really well. It's yeah. And yeah, Mandy Summers, she I gotta say, like, she does the best advertisements for her YouTube channel, because she does these really cool composite images. I don't know how she has, I don't know how much time that takes her, but seems arduous to me. But I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be fun. And yeah, if you like anything I have to say, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. The link for the Indiegogo campaign for Outlaw Knights is in the description below. Be sure to click on that and back it. You don't want to miss it, I promise you. We are getting close to the halfway mark of the campaign. In about 34 days. Wait, no. In about 5 or 4 days, we will hit 30 days, which is the exact middle of the campaign. So yeah, be sure to go ahead and get yourself a copy. And remember, of course, to tell your friends, family, anybody who's over the age of 17, who's emotionally mature enough to handle a story about pirates and anti-heroes. It's sad that I feel like I have to say that nowadays, but you never know. And I don't want to, yeah. All right, I'm leaving it at that. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow.